what's up? It's your boy Blaze Holly coming at you again with another rant, and I got my best bro here, Ed. Say hello, Ed.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And today we'll be continuing on our little conversation, bringing in the part two to the conversation about Class 1A, which we'll be getting into different students' personalities and development. But before we get into that, I do want to say rest in peace, Technoblade. He is one of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers I usually listen to, and it was sad to know that he passed. So I just want to put this in here. Ed, is there any announcements you want to put out for your channel before we get started?
Go check out the Archer series.
Yes, please
Yeah.
do. Ed and I actually worked together on the series, even though it's more his idea than mine. I just give him some notes, but it's a really good series that's come a long way from what it originally was going to be. So I do give it the thumbs up to go check that out.
Wow. I kind of feel offended.
You know, I try something nice, and yet you're just like, geez, you're like a girlfriend that can never be pleased with a compliment.
Yeah, just like you.
Anyway, we're gonna get into this, and I'm gonna let Ed technically decide which order we'll be going in. So, start us off, Ed. Who are we starting off with?
We're starting off with Momo.
Okay. And as most people know, I do not like Momo, so I'm gonna let Ed say his piece first before I just carve into this person.
To be totally honest,
Mm-hmm.
go for it. I'm
Really, you
prepared.
do?
I prepared myself. I prepared myself for how you're gonna basically treat her. Because we all know that she's just a princess that craves attention. But not
No.
any sort of attention. The attention.
Okay, first of all, if any of you are wondering why Ed is so prepared for this, is that we actually recorded this last week, but his computer or something with the download system screwed up and lost the file. So Ed already knows how I feel about this, but I'm actually got more to justify my case. Is Momo? She is a character that is smart. I'll give her that, but she has no real intelligence in real life. She is a very needy for attention. She wears horrible outfits that don't justify herself, like her hero costume. And if you want to hear about my opinion on that, go watch the first part of this. And all I can say to that is, how? How is it that she has all this money, these hero backgrounds, and she doesn't have a spine? No, like, Ed, please justify this to me, because she's one of your many waifus. How is it that she comes from a hero lineage and have no training, no self-confidence, and no battlefield, like, intelligence? Please justify this to me, Ed.
Well, simple. Not to be sexist or anything, but
No.
according to our family, women should stay in the kitchen.
Okay, again, Ed and I come from different family backgrounds. In my opinion, all women deserve to have equal rights, and they could be on the battlefield or in the kitchen. It's up to them.
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm not sexist,
Mm.
but in her father's view, like yeah, instead of being playing hero, she should stay in the kitchen and find a mate and bring
No,
out like the legacy and all that shit.
it's actually funny. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to bring this out here because I see this with a lot of what ifs on My Heroes about Momo, how her family wanted to use her as a production factory. And I don't mean for children, I mean for items. And to be honest, that's really what Momo is, a production. And yeah, I know in the show or even in the manga, she's like, "Oh, I don't want to do this because of the economy." The fact that she knows that this affects the economy so much, shouldn't that be something right there? Like a little bit of a white flag?
I guess.
Because it's like, okay, if you know this, Momo, is it because you research into this, or is it because your family's used you to the point to make sure that you don't go over this much production material?
Or yeah, she kind of said it herself,
Mm.
which is why she likes doing shopping, to bring out the economy and all that shit, like you said.
I'm saying it's
Because her family just use her to make objects. It's like Momo, make this. Momo, make that. Make this, that, and everything else.
like I said, I don't know if that's actually how our family treats her. That's how I get from what is, but from how Momo is so used to being able to make things for people on request, how she's so obedient to anyone who will give her good attention, and her outfits that basically make it seem like she wants to be attention of any form. She's just a pushover character, in my opinion, with a very good quirk that's wasted on her.
Yeah, not to mention a lot more things.
Oh, go ahead,
But
Ed.
no, I'm not gonna say them because you already said them in the last video.
Come on, say it, say it. Come on. I want you to have more dialogue than last time.
I forgot.
You're so full of yourself. You just don't want to your waifu.
Yes, okay, you got a problem? Deal with
Yes,
it.
I do. You're so biased.
No, if I have something to say, I'll say it, but I'm not gonna say it because, yeah, it's probably going to ruin everyone's view on Momo.
Oh, trust me.
Although we
They're on my
already have,
listen. If
yeah,
they're
you
on
kind of
my
already have.
channel, sorry, I keep on overlaying you.
I said they already have
Mhm.
low expectations of Momo thanks to what you just said. So I'm not gonna bring it even lower, you know?
Fair enough. And like I said, I could sit here for hours basically bagging on Mom for all the things she's done wrong, all the things she could have done right, all the things that she should be able to do, but she just doesn't. But we still got 19 other characters to go through, and I'll probably find things to say about them along the way too. So why don't we move on to the next one?
Mineta.
Okay, okay. Listen, Mineta, I know he was written to be literally all of the herbs that are going to fantasize over this story, but oh my god, is he taken to the extreme?
I
Uh,
mean, not really. It's not extreme because there are a hell of a lot more perverts than that.
okay, listen, I'm gonna quote this from like the anime. When he was in Toru's, and instead of opening the door, he just smells the air. That's not over the line creepy.
I mean, bro, have you been outside? There are creeps like that.
That's why I avoid the outside.
All of a sudden.
Yes. Um. Plus, this dude is a coward. Yes, people say he has his moments, but it's mainly his fight or flight responses. The only time that I ever saw him actually acting like a hero was against Midnight, and even then, that was a more controlled situation.
No, actually, there was one or few times that he actually acted as a hero.
Stepping up to the plate. Please state your case here, Ed.
Well, first off, I would like to point out at the movies Two Heroes, which happens on I Island, and
Mm,
even though it was kind of pushed by Melissa,
mm.
yeah, Mineta kind of did his job.
Okay, I
And the
forgot
other
about that.
one is Heroes Rising, which happens on Nabu Island, and there are no pros, and it's just them. Class 1A.
I'm just gonna point this out here to all viewers. I have not seen the second movie or the third one, so whatever Ed brings up, I'm gonna just go with.
Oh no, I'm just bringing up these two movies because these are the ones that I saw. I've
Yeah, yeah.
seen. So yeah.
Um, the thing is, also, it's like this also comes back to the. I know you're gonna say like I'm going back to Momo, but it's like I've always sometimes seen that there's a thing between Mineta's perviness and Momo, who just wants attention. Because dare I bring up again the sports festival and how he was clinging to her ass, and somehow
Her
until
back. Her back.
no, no,
Not her ass. It wasn't on her ass.
It was
Otherwise, how would she have run if she had something on her ass,
okay. It
which
was at least
could have
lower back,
actually?
and I will go back and look over the image later, but I know it was very low.
I can tell you, it's not that because I'm going to
Do
look
I have to?
on the image right now.
Same. I'm gonna look this up. We might have a little bit of information, so if we have like a little bit of silence, it's probably gonna cut it out.
Yeah, it was on the back. She had his ball thingies on her hips.
Okay, so he was still hanging low though. It's like his grips weren't on her ass, but at least like he was dangling on it.
Yeah, but he wasn't on her ass. That's what I'm saying. It was on the
Right.
back. So yeah, fellas, we have a winner.
I have a winner in technicality.
Yes, I can only win in technicality. Okay, now shut up.
Mm.
Shall we continue on Minette or move on?
Well, again, it's like with Mineta, it's just like this dude is showing he is a sexual deviant. He has probably caused more harassment lawsuits than probably anybody in My Hero will ever cause, yet he still stays in UA.
Yeah, which brings up a question.
Mm.
80% of Japanese men are technically that Mineta. I mean, there's a little vending machine that sells used panties.
I did not know that, and I don't think I wanted to know that.
Well, too bad. Now you know.
Okay, okay. I'm just saying, I guess, again, as an American that I am, it's just very different in perspective.
Yeah, trust me. There's a lot more worse things going on in the world that we don't know, and Horikoshi kind of summed it up with Mineta.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. That's enough on Mineta. Again, we started off with two characters that I don't really care much for, so hopefully the next one will be someone I care about.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's
Okay.
Deku.
Okay. Okay. A lot of people, especially if you've watched my channel for long, can tell that I don't like Deku's personality at all. I put a lot of myself into changing Deku from one series to Hormone Deku to even Monkey King. And it's because I just can't deal with whining children. I deal with that on a regular basis at home. Ed should know behind the scenes how much I complain about that. Yeah, yeah, keep laughing it up, Mr. Chuckles. But
Yes,
the
I can
thing,
confirm every. Hold on a sec. I can confirm everything what he's saying. He has to deal with a lot of crazy stuff in his life, which is
you,
why we're doing these rants once a week. Because otherwise, yeah, the channel will be dead.
well, don't put it like that. That I don't want to scare fan base.
Oh no, it's not that crazy. Just like, yeah, one thing leads to another, and like you're basically across town in less than 5 minutes.
Ain't that the truth? Anyway, we're talking about my social life. I also,
Anyway,
I also
yeah.
gotta give,
So what?
I also have to give it to Deku for all the abuse, all the outcasts that he put. He still wanted to be a hero. He still stuck to the path of justice. If I was in Deku's shoes, I would have joined All for One a long time ago.
And that's where we both we're
Differ.
kind of yeah we differ.
Come on, Ed. You're saying that after years of abuse by Bakugo, having people not wanting to be your friend, you're quirkless, you wouldn't want to get vengeance on the people who have wronged you for years.
True, that would have worked for Deku turning villain.
And
But unfortunately,
don't forget the
this
point.
no. One more thing before
Okay.
I go. Like, yeah, this aspect of Deku is like those few people out there that still have the mentality no matter what happened. And as Deku was bullied because he was quirkless, shunned aside, nobody expects nothing from him because he's weak and all that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, guess what? He is now a freaking badass.
Well, we're gonna get into more of that about Deku, but here's another thing that could have been the linchpin to send Deku down this endless spiral, and it was All Might, the hypocrite. And trust me, we will be doing a video on the top 10 and All Might. I'm coming for you, brother. I'm gonna show you a fucking why you are not the symbol of peace. You are the symbol of chaos.
Chaotic piece?
Sure, whatever it is you want to justify it with. Anyway, when All Might, his idol, the man he looked up to for years in his dark and lonely life, originally tells him he could not be. And I know there's going to be that one person in sessions like he still get advice. He could have been a policeman. He could have been a firefighter, and I get that. But let's be real, policemen and firefighters, they're like the world's hall monitors at this point. They ain't important.
Yeah, no offense, but even real life.
I'm not going to get into real life politics with this. The point here, Ed's always trying to get me to go into politics. He will not get me to do it, especially video.
Oh, trust me. There's a lot that I would like to say in the man in office.
We could say that for your channel, but not here. Anyway, next point of it is like how he then, the most unpowerful man, saves his childhood bully. And trust me, we're gonna like breaking down Bakugo at one point of this. Um, Yet people berate him. People look down on him like he was stupid, even though people with so much power above him were just standing there. Again, if this story was in my hands, Deku would have been a villain. He would have been the Shigaraki of this world. Because he has more than enough justification to do it. But there is
I
something.
wanted to say something else.
Okay.
You brought up good points, but again, Horikoshi wanted to represent Deku as some of the select few that stick by their ideals no matter what.
And that's something I can respect. I'm actually about to get onto the counterpoint of what I've been saying.
Yes.
So, what I loved about Deku character after he finally was given a chance, even though it was from hypocrite All Might. Yes, I will always say All Might in a bad way. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, there's nothing to say about him because he's a hypocrite. He could have said, I can, in this case, yeah, I could give you power, but you have to prove yourself. If you can't prove yourself, I'm not going to give it to you.
Not even that. It's like when new laws put into way that Deku even brought up in the first episode, course people were allowed to go to UA, which means that there was a chance they could end up being in the hero course if they showed enough potential.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, there are later people on this list that technically shouldn't be in UA if we're going off of what All Might said to Deku on the roof. But we will get to them when we get to them. The next point about Deku is that he, after he was given the power, he felt like there was an extreme pressure, an extreme legacy dropped upon him. And he was right. I'm not going to say he's wrong. But how he took to it is something I can respect.
Go on.
It's just like he went from just letting use this power in his arm breaking him down. He didn't care. He was willing to go the distance. It meant he would never get to cross the finish line, but someone else could. And again, that is something I can respect to the very end.
Okay. Now, can I put it in a different perspective?
Sure thing.
That technically happened to dear Steve Rogers, Captain America.
I knew he was going to bring Captain
Deku.
America at one point for the.
Captain America and Deku kind of go hand in hand.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that at all. Even though he was supposed to be a representation of Spider-Man, which would be a better analogy.
I mean, no, I'm not saying just Captain America. I'm just saying, like, him passing down the torch of One for All to Deck, being passed down the torch of One for All.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's basically how Steve Rogers had to do what was right no matter what.
Right.
That goes with that mentality. And yes, Deku is also the Peter Parker from
Any version,
Home.
really.
Well, mostly the Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home.
Oh, he's going to go off the MCU. I'm more of the comic guy.
No. You want to know why? Because
Okay.
Deku sometimes makes mistakes on his own, and he's basically the catalyst
Oh, no, I was going to get
without
into that.
realizing it.
I was going to get into that, but I guess I'll bring it up here.
Okay.
Is that Deku's mentality, yes, it has its good points, but how he places himself and how he uses his ability I just sometimes go against what he's trying to preach to others. He's kind of like a contradiction. And I feel like his true contradiction comes full force is when he finally abandons UA to go after All for One alone, and we get the monster, the demonic version, which I personally loved. I don't know why a lot of people were hating on it. But it shows that Deku is human. He's not supposed to be this all holy being of righteousness. No, he makes mistakes and he has flaws, and that's again points of that I love. Ed,
Yes.
would you like to say on that point?
Well, I kind of already said this in my video on my channel, which, to be honest, it's better left there. Those who watched it, watched it. Those who didn't.
Oh yes, please go check out this discussion. It will be a note card somewhere on the screen where I did mainly Ed did a theory of Titan, which if you don't know who that is, again, watch the video.
Yeah,
Uh,
which there are basically two more videos about it, explaining the
mhm.
entire plot of the fall of Poseidon and the fall of Zeus.
You know, this guy complained in my last video about not being a bargain sale, but yet here he goes, just like freaking chilling for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, the link is like on that description because, to be honest, I didn't want to waste more time to like explain it myself.
Right. Anyway, I think we've broken down Deku enough. There's, you know, there's one thing I will love to have explained, and Ed's gonna
Mm-hmm.
laugh. Can someone explain to me how his tears are so powerful back in the sports vessel that it allows him to crack cement? Can we please get an answer to that?
I
I
can I can give you the answer myself.
please do.
They were enhanced by One for All.
Get the hell out of here now. Sit in the corner, Ed.
No, because we always saw him cry, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, he only used his crying tear, like those geyser tears, cracking the floor in the sports festival, which is after he had the quirk.
A lot of people, I love seeing the theories that Deku's real quirk is actually in his tear ducts. I support you because it's funny as fuck.
I mean, I support it too. I mean,
That
that
dude
would have
cried
been.
so much that by the time he would be done crying, he would have no more in his body.
It's like he becomes Small Might, but in this case, dried up Deku. Water! Water! I need water to cry!
Anyway, I think that's enough on Deku. I feel like
Yeah,
he's probably going to be the one to give the most praise to, actually, instead of hate.
yeah. But in
Uh,
this case, there's going to be a lot of hate for the next one
oh.
and praise.
Oh? Who we got?
Drum rolls, fellas.
Da,
It's
da, da,
because
da.
it's Bakugo.
Okay. I'm going to disclaim this real quick. As much as Ed and I sometimes in our videos love giving Bakugo a lot of hate, I know a lot of
I
people go,
mean, hold on. I mean, to be honest, season one Bakugo, he needs the shit kicked out of him.
and I agree. But here's the thing, though. Before everybody says like, "Oh, you two just hate Bakugo," no, I actually, at least if one of us, respect the shit out of Bakugo. Again, you go back to the first video, I praised this motherfucker for like his costume design, but I will also praise him for his ability. Bakugo, yes, he's a confident prick, but he's a confident prick that can back it up.
But I have to say, he was contradicted at the end because
Yes,
he was confident at the beginning, yet facing Shigaraki, and Shigaraki basically just toying with him. Yeah, that kind of had the whole thing like he's not that confident in his abilities anymore.
if you're wondering what Ed's talking about, I haven't seen the latest chapter of My Hero. Bakugo might have lost an arm. Spoiler alert! I don't give a shit. You can all flag me for that. But also, and I quote, "Is this the distance between me and Shigaraki?" It's just like, or was it him and Dick? I don't know. I don't remember. It's either one of those two. But it's shown that Bakugo's gone from being like my ego is the fucking universe to really coming down to reality, which I like.
Which I must say,
Hmm.
the moment where his ego took the backseat and him actually taking the driver's seat, well, I would have to say it would have been that point in the story during the first war where he
Mm-hmm.
sacrificed himself to get impaled.
That is one of the most beautiful things of writing I saw. Is that Bakugo is starting to understand that Deku is not his enemy. He's not down. I'm like, it's time for me to let go of what I think I am and get back the friend who's been by my side. And I love it.
Oh, don't tear up with me.
Oh, jeez, moment with this guy. Can't have a good moment with this guy. But the thing is, like, if you really look at Bakugo and Deku actually from each other, their personalities in a way kind of flip where Deku had no confidence and now he has a shit ton of it. And some
And Bakugo is the opposite because he had a lot of confidence and now he doesn't.
right. And some
Which,
can argue
which brings me to another thing. What if
yes.
Deku actually had a quirk that drained people's confidence?
Put it down in your description as a what if thought. That probably would get some views.
Yeah, probably
Uh,
gonna use that as a one shot.
but the things that I love is that over time we see that Bakugo, yes, losing his confidence, and which in a way I sometimes theorize that is it because Bakugo started losing his confidence that he started losing a lot of his firepower. But I think what he lost in strength, he regained in friendship, in reality, and in teamwork.
Oh, there was one more thing that reminded me of Bakugo, so I would like to bring that up.
Please do.
Vegeta from Dragon Ball.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, like Deku and Vegeta,
Okay,
or like Goku and.
so so before we get into like more specifications, we have Vegeta always saying, "Yeah, I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. You can never defeat me." Yada 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 yada. Right?
Of course.
Right? And then we have Bakugo
Hmm.
that kind of says the same shit. You guys are extra. I'll be the number one hero. Yada here, yada there. You know.
Right, right.
So he's not saying it to remind others, but I think, just like Vegeta, he is reminding himself.
It's definitely possible, and I'm not
Because
against
I
the
can
idea.
definitely see, like, the Vegeta in Bakugo trying to, like, have the pride with, well, now we know that Vegeta has Ultra Ego for those who are interested, yada yada.
Again, not a Dragon Ball video, Ed.
Yeah. Yeah. This kind of comes down to Bakugo getting that same sort of power because we kind of seen Goku go from regular to Super Saiyan first, and we've seen Deku go full Cowling,
Definitely, there
and
is a
then unlocking the other quirks, except
right.
for one.
Okay, we're not getting into that as much as I want to, and Ed knows I want to. It's not the time or place for that.
Oh, I'm just saying,
Right.
like, what if, like, even though like Bakugo's been kicked to the ground, it's like, yeah, he will still have like one last spark to give.
And there's definitely that chance. But there's something about Bakugo's character that actually spoke volumes to me. Is
Going
that
ahead.
going back when they were actually trying to recover Izuku is when he apologized. When he was actually trying to now reach out the hand to Izuku to give him help. And what panel I love the most, or I forget if they made it actually cover, is adult Baku or like teen Baku reaching out to Izuku trying to take the hand when he fell into the stream. It's like it's symbolic. Now Baku realizes that Izuku wasn't looking down on him that day. He was really trying to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love his character. I love like where he started and where he is now. I'm hoping he doesn't die, but eh,
There's a 80% chance that he'll die.
yeah. Again, he's one of the characters I don't want to die, but if it happens, it happens. With
But
that,
that could also kind of explain why he has like the same amount of screen time as Deku.
that'd also be the reason. But with that said, I think it's time we move on to the next person.
Yeah, the next one isn't that important, so it's gonna be rapid.
Okay, who is it?
Agakure.
Okay, we
Invisible Girl.
we don't really have much to say about her, but I'm actually gonna bring up some stuff with the YouTube threads that I sometimes look into, and I love how people used to think she was the traitor. Ed still believes that there's a chance she still could be.
Give me one moment. I have to wait for the train to pass. But go on ahead, you can continue talking.
It's just it was hilarious to me because it's like if you think about it, it would be too obvious. Of course, when I originally looked into this, I thought that the traitor was actually Kaminari. Turns out we were both wrong. Um, but her character, it's interesting because I Ed even brought this up to me before. Is she's always trying to bring herself to the forefront, even though she's a background character. It blows
True
my
that.
huh?
True that. Like someone that can't be seen trying to be seen.
Right. I will question why she's okay walking around naked, but to each their own, I guess.
Well, she's an exempt. I mean, it could go back to the Fantastic Four, where you know
Yes,
the
I know what
the
you're about to
Invisible
bring.
Girl kind of had to escape from a crowd, and she took off her clothes.
Yeah. Um. I I just don't know. Like I said, there was really not much with Curry in the original recording. I think I brought up it's like she's part of the main cast that kind of got the shaft on character development because she wasn't useful for the future.
Hmm. So
And do you,
shall we go on for the next character because yeah, she's kind of boring. Even
well,
though
did you
we found out
bring up
she's
your
cute.
points of why you thought she was the traitor before we found out that she wasn't?
Well, there's still a possibility
See, I told
because knowing all for one, all for one, instead of having one ace in the hole, he has two or three or all four of them.
you.
So
Like,
what would be a poetic thing? Have you ever played Imposters, Peter Blaze?
mean Among Us.
Yes, Among Us. Sorry.
And yes, I have. I think I once tried to do a stream with the guys about that, but that went south real fast.
Yeah. The thing here is that some of the actual imposters rat out each other out.
Uh, right. It was Hugger Curry that found out you were talking with his parents that leads you still to believe he's a traitor.
Yes, because one, she can't be seen and she wasn't present during the time of the class rep thing.
That and the USJ, because I think you brought up in the original video that she brought up that she was Todoroki in the landslide zone, but Todoroki said himself or thought he had no idea she was there.
Yeah. Again, she still could be a traitor because, yeah, a little bit too convenient, if you ask me.
Right. All right. Like you said, there's not much to say about this girl. She could
Although
also,
we kind of, although we kind of find out that she's cute.
yeah, we do. Again, she also falls into that category. I'm gonna bring this up with a few others. Remember, like I said with Deku on the roof with All Might, how a flashy and powerful quirk is needed to be a hero.
Hmm.
How the hell does Hanakari fall for that? She is invisible.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
I
for
know
all
later
we,
on she can make light refraction like flashbangs, but even then, how is that useful?
but the question is,
Mm-hmm.
was she holding back?
Possibly. I will
Because if
stand by
she's
my
a
rights. I
traitor,
don't think she is a traitor. She's way
but
too.
if she seems to be way too innocent.
Listen, and if
And
she
trust
turns out
me,
to be a, let this video be a quote here. If Huckleberry turns out to be another traitor, I will make a 20-minute video apologizing to Ed on how right he was and how wrong I was.
yeah, I won't do the same though.
No, that's because that's how confident I am, knowing that she is not a traitor.
And
Anyway,
I'm not confident about it. I'm just saying it could be a possibility.
possible. Moving on to the next person.
Your favorite, Shoto. Or
Okay, I
rather,
won't say.
Mr. Daddy Issues.
Okay, he's not my favorite. First of all, um,
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. His father is.
yes, I am never fanboy. We will get to talking about the top 10 in another discussion, Ed. It will not be today. Get off my ass about it.
I'll get off your ass. Don't worry, because I'm never there to begin with.
Oh god, this guy. Anyway, where am I to start with Shoto? Shoto is that classic character who shows up at first very quiet, very angry, and just doesn't like anybody. And almost every series has one of these.
Yeah, until
Oh,
they actually become likable and actually
right.
decent human beings.
Right. Um, Shoto, for the longest time, I think not until like the sports festival did we really start to understand why he was the way he was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he had a lot of daddy issues, but in my opinion, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for whoever watches up to this point. I kind of think Shoto's kind of a bitch for this because yeah, Endeavor may not have been the most gentle and loving father about it, but he was helping him become something great. Unlike another hero family who screwed the pooch. Hmm.
Leave Momo out of this.
I will not because it's a valid thing. My
But
point is,
regardless,
did Endeavor go a little too far? Possibly. Is Shoto
no,
still a
it's not. It's not possibly. It is.
No, I don't agree with that. My opinion on that is different. Is Shoto have the right to be upset about his childhood stolen? Yes. But should he still be grateful for his father because he has this strength, the ability to use his quirk the way he is? Yes. And if he would have actually taken his father's training more seriously, maybe he wouldn't have gotten beat the shit out of. You know, everything.
True. True. Well, what can
Because
we say? It's still a daddy issue.
it's still a daddy issue. I'm not denying that. But Shoto is a little bit of a bitch for complaining that his father wanted him to be great.
I mean, kinda. I mean, after seeing Toya kind of going that route,
Okay, I can talk
then
about just
not.
on
Hold on. Then Natsuo and Fuyumi not being, you know, with their quirks.
okay, but again, he didn't abuse those Yumi and he didn't abuse any of the three beforehand. Technically, I can go into a whole discussion of where Toya's point of view, or Dobby, everybody puts it, is basically twisting the image of what Endeavor was saying. But again, this is not a Dobby or Endeavor video. But there will be videos of them because he's bringing this up to me.
Yes,
My
guys, I
point.
know I'm fully aware what I'm doing. Trust me, it's for the best of us all.
So yes, I do like later on after the sports festival when Deku has finally convinced Shota that his flames are not his father's, they are his, and that Shota starts to open up more to people. That was good. A little stale, yes, but again, what do you expect? You can't expect the guy going from I'm an isolated emo to I now want to be everyone's friend. You know?
I'm that kind
So
of guy. So, yeah, they have a problem.
shut up, Ed. I
No, I'm being serious.
don't have a
Like
problem with it.
I'm that kind of problem person.
He, um, I do like how later on him and his dad are able to, come at peace with things. I like especially like how in the anime when Shoto is watching on the news the battle between Endeavor and Hood and how he's actually worried for his father.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we think about it, if we took season one Shoto and he watched the battle with Hood, he have cared. He probably would have rooted for the Nomu.
So yeah, kill him,
So there's
kill
that.
him.
Um I do like how like in the end towards like the whole Todoroki family like problem is being dealt with Toya. how he chooses to take the final battle himself. He fights Toya in the hand, trying to prove to him that this is a family issue. That's not bringing the world down with us.
Yeah, let's just burn it.
Look at it. So yeah, that's all I really have to say on Shoto. He definitely has had his character development here and there. Anything you want to add on this, Ed?
Nope. I believe that's it for Shoto.
All right, who's next?
Tokoyami.
Okay. Tokoyami is another one of those characters who had a lot of potential, but only shows up to do certain things. Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah.
I do like how from earlier on how he was afraid to use Dark Shadow in certain situations, how he's now actually able to truly trust in Dark Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to question, and I know this is going to be another dumb meme, but during the dorms when they were checking out Tokoyami's room, Tokoyami has a sword. And after I saw that, and a lot of other people thought, it's like, is Tokoyami going to reveal to be a swordsman? Is he going to start using dark, like, shadow blades and all that? Which I would have loved. I wish he did. But
Well, we still can see him use it.
we still have a chance.
But I definitely say like the claws fit him best.
I do, and I don't deny it. Um, I really wish we
I
could have.
mean, I don't want to be a racist about it, but in a way, yeah,
What? Say it.
claws
I'm not. I'm not.
claws kind of fit, no claws kind of fit best to him because he's a bird.
Oh, I thought you were going completely different out with this. Okay. Okay. Never mind.
What do you expect?
I am not saying that on YouTube. We'll talk about that later. Um, I kind of like Tokoyami really hasn't changed much since season one. He's still like the goth kid. He may be a little bit
Mm.
more sociable with people, and we found out that he can actually play an instrument, which was cool. Again, you don't really expect that from someone like Tokoyami, but again, I'm up to surprises.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? I'm gonna let Ed get in his Tokoyami jokes because I got really nothing else to say about it. Wait, actually, before he does, I do have one thing now I thought about it. I actually like how him and Hawks are close. And no, it's not because they're both like birds. It's like something about their dynamic.
Birds of feathers flock together.
Uh, I was trying to I was trying to avoid it until the end. I tried so hard.
Birds
But
of feather flock together.
yes, yes. Like I like how like Kakuyami showed up to save Hawks and tell him it's not his fault for what he's done, even though it really was. Trying to justify everything. And like how Hawks was trying to teach Tokuyami how to fly. It was their dynamic as student and teacher was very nice. I liked it. And now Ed is allowed to go free and say his jokes.
The darkness has shredded us all.
Oh God.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh, you're not gonna say his favorite line?
Reverie in the dark.
There it is. Okay, now we can move on.
Okay, moving on to Zero, the makeshift Spider-Man, or
Or as I
rather,
like
Tape Man.
or as I like to call him, the dollar store Spider Man.
Tape Man.
Again, if
Because
we could have been the
you can get tape at a dollar store, okay?
no,
Don't
no,
put
if you guys would have seen the original recording. Oh wait, no, I don't think this was with Sarah. Oh, I thought make a joke with someone else is gonna trigger it. I have to keep the joke in.
Oh, we
Oh
already
no, I
passed
missed
that
it.
person.
I missed it, bro. I did miss it. Fuck. I already missed it. God damn it. No wonder you went to get off Mineta so fast. Oh, I'm so sad now.
I'm happy.
Uh, anyway, I digress. I missed my chance. I can't join on it.
Yes. Moving on to the
Right,
dollar store Spider-Man, or rather, Tape Man.
right. Um, Sarah to me just looks like the guy who's always like smoked a nice blunt before going into class. He's got like that accordion like smile and always just like chill.
Yeah,
I also like how he's a part of the party trio sometimes.
that kind of explains it, you know.
Right.
So, do we
Um,
have much to say about him, or can we start moving on?
Jesus H Christ, like, are you in that much of a rush?
I mean, we want this to last an hour, right?
It can go further. I don't care.
I
And
do.
fine, we can move on. I don't really have much to say about Sero. He's an interesting friend. He talks slow and acts shit. And he's just good friends with Kaminari and Mineta. We can now move on.
Okay, next one is Jiro.
Okay. I'm actually gonna start this off again. Like I always said, I was gonna bring this up with other students. Again, going back to the roof with All Might and talking about like how you need a flashy quirk, something with power in order to be a hero. And now we got Jiro. All again. We shouldn't be calling you hypocrite.
And yeah, even though it doesn't have power as All Might, it
Mm.
has a strong suits too.
I don't doubt that, but again, her mutation without the boots is actually not as good. Her boots is what give her most of her attack power.
Yes, she may be reliant on what's it called? On hero gear, but
Mm-hmm.
again, we also have one important thing to look over.
And that is
She can stab one of those goddamn things in your head and you're dead.
okay. Again, why Ed is defensive on this one. Jiro is another one of his three waifus in Class 1A. So he will defend her with life, no matter how much I try to point this shit out.
Yeah, got a problem with it.
Oh no, I'm expecting when we get to Mina, who is my waifu, by the way. I'm gonna hear a lot of things from Ed's corner. He's gonna really start pulling out the paperwork.
To be honest, I don't have paperwork, even though the image in the screen kind of shows I do.
Anyway, Jiro, she's a really interesting character. She has like a very punk rock vibe to her, which she likes to call their people, especially Momo. He sees her without her clothes. Yes, I was gonna put this in here no matter what. I also gotta give it to the animation group back for the USJ. Whoever decides to use Jiro's like earlobe as a sensor bar for Momo's tits, thumbs up to you. Thumbs up. You have my approval. That was funny. But she is another character who it takes a little bit for us to get some character development about her. A lot of it really comes from the Culture Festival when she finally allows her inner musician to finally shine again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that because of this and how she's been able to express herself, she's actually able to do the two different types of work, like her hero work and her music career. Because I
Yeah,
think
she'll probably become just like Mike, DJ and pro hero.
yeah, it's just I'm very fascinated by certain characters like this who were afraid to let their real talents out because they didn't want to go the same route as their family. And
Hmm.
I'm hoping that she can stick with it. Anything you would like to add, Ed?
I must say one thing:
Oh
her
boy, here.
smile is amazing.
I thought you were going to say something. Is that what you like? I thought you liked because it was part of the ass group of the female students. Well, there are certain girls that, at least from what I've looked over on YouTube, that categorize certain women of class 1A as ass girls, tit girls, and other way girls. I thought that you would like Jira because she also has a nice ass.
Yeah, but I was saying like her smile is kind of amazing because we never see it, and we see it at the freaking
Culture
cultural
fest.
festival. We see it for the first time there. We had to wait for seasons to pass to see it.
Do you need a minute, Ed?
It was amazing.
Well, well, Ed basically covers himself. We're gonna move on.
To Shoji.
Oh yes.
The Kakashi of Class 1A that always wears a mask. But unlike
The
Kakashi, he covers his ears as well.
thing is, I always wonder is that if you were to remove that mask, does Koji actually keep his actual real mouth there, or would it just have nothing below it?
I don't know. I
Um,
mean, he can feed his hand, one of his hands,
yeah. Um,
because he kind of has a mouth.
okay. I want to be honest with you people, and I want you all to be honest with me. Does anybody really remember this guy half the time? I think I
I
only remember
do.
two
He
scenes.
hasn't done. He hasn't done anything major until the what's it called? The training camp.
He was effective back in the sports festival for his group, and then he did the thing back during the training camp. But do we really get a lot of interaction with this guy? I don't really think
No,
we do.
which will kind of be slaughtered.
Right.
Something tells me he's going to be slaughtered.
Again, in
'Cause-
my opinion, a lot of Class 1A, if they were to be taken out of the story, it's not really that big of a loss.
yeah.
I really just don't got nothing to say about this guy because we don't get a lot of interaction with him. He falls under the character that got the shaft.
Okay, shall we move on then?
Yeah.
Next one is Diabito.
Tell him the real name.
Oh, sorry. Sato, or rather, Sugar Rush Guy.
Or if you
Or I like to call him Diabito or Kid Muscle Wannabe.
I was gonna say that one. If you don't remember this guy, again, he falls into the same category as Shoji. He shows up for like two scenes that anyone will ever remember him for. One being when he baked a cake in the dorms, and like all the girls were just drooling over his how good he could make sweets.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time was him raging through the city with Kirishima trying to fight Cementos. I really don't remember anything else with this guy.
I only remember the sweet part where he made sweets.
Like, this dude is irrelevant as fuck. And like I was going to put it at the end, but I'll put it here, is we are going to be doing a part 3 to the Class 1A discussion about their quirks. And Ed's probably going to have to probably put me on a leash on that one because he knows how much detail I'll go into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on a tight leash, and I'm gonna tie it 3 times around a tree.
I am not a dog, you motherfucker.
Oh, did I mean one leash? I'll use 5 leashes.
Anyway, I can't say anything about a person whose irrelevancy is like probably 5 minutes in total of the whole series.
Anyways, we should move on then to
Okay.
another useless character, Animal Guy,
I like this
or
guy.
rather, Insectophobia.
Or if you have no idea what Ed is implying, Coda. The guy I
Animal
still
Guy.
question to this day. How the fuck are you in UA when you are scared of your own motherfucking ass? Oh, like
Yep, he's definitely afraid of his own shadow.
it's just it pains me. And
I'm
this
surprised like he's not afraid of Dark Shadow.
he probably is, but again, he's one of these irrelevant characters that just were a placeholder. I kind of want to sit down with Horikoshi and talk about some of these characters that aren't needed in Class 1A that should be replaced with certain people from Class 1B. Horikoshi, if you ever want, I will literally sit down on a talk show or over Discord justifying why you should have swapped these kids out. But I know you probably never will. It's just like, this guy, there's no way he will ever truly be a hero. And I know people are going to say, like, well, what about when they retrieved Deku? He was pretty brave. He was standing on top of that building with his birds. He was on a building far away alone. He wasn't talking to nobody. He wasn't in the action. He was no threat.
It's like, I'll stay here, you guys go over there. I'll send my birds. The
It's
hell?
just, it's just like, oh, this guy. Why do you exist? Anyway,
From that scene, by the
mm-hmm.
way, I kind of like how Momo just pulled out a sleeping device from out of her ass.
Well, she seems to be pulling a lot of shit out of her ass. But again, I don't think you want me getting back on her case.
Nope.
Moving on
But
to
in
the
any case, moving on to drumroll to the man himself, Kirishima.
the man among men. Can I get an amen?
Not this time, bro. Not this time.
Oh, you fucking suck. Uh, Kirishima, let's be real. He is kind of like that guy who tries to lie to himself at the beginning. He like wants to believe that he is powerful, that he is strong, even though he is. But he has all this doubt underneath it, so he continues to try to just be loud and just be like, I'm manly. But when he's alone, he just keeps on doubting himself because his quirk isn't flashy. But
Again,
I
another Vegeta syndrome.
wouldn't say this is a Vegeta syndrome because Hiroshima isn't trying to make himself full of himself or his own
No,
ego.
no, no, no. That's not what I meant. I meant he is saying it to himself. He's not reminding others. He's reminding himself, I am manly. I am this. I am that.
Right. Except in this terms, he's trying to also do it for other people around him. Because he's not trying to just boost himself up, he wants to boost up the morale, which I also appreciate.
Yes.
Another thing that Kirishima, that I love that we got the backstory of him when he first met Mina, when he met Gigantomachia. I was actually hoping back when Gigantomachia was brought back into the series that him and Kirishima were going to have like a fist to fist brawl. Like for him to
I
make up.
would have to have a little repercussion because, yeah,
Hold
one.
on a second. I returned. I had to pick up my dog and bring her up to my room for a second, people. But you're not going to get to know that because it's hopefully going to clip all that.
I am clipping it over until this point. So,
Right.
do as nothing happened.
Right. Kirishima just always seemed like he wanted to prove himself, and he got the chance after he met Fat Gum. Because Fat Gum taught him about being a strong shield. And there was nothing wrong with being a shield. But he saved those people in the alley against random knife making guy. I don't remember his name, and I don't think anyone cares.
I don't think he had a name.
Right. And he revealed Red Right Unbreakable, which was the most metal freaking like reveal in the manga I can remember. Oh, and it was a gorgeous. I wish I could scream, but Ed's not going to put that in.
What?
You know the panel of when we first see Red Right Unbreakable.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting that in.
But yeah, I also like how he's always there for his friends. Like he always wants to help better everyone around him. And goddamn, I hope that he eventually gets the balls to ask Mina out. I'm hoping for it.
Wait, is there actually a whole thing about him and Mina?
You have not been paying attention to the whole dynamic between him and Mina, have you?
I
Are you
mean, I
too
paid
busy?
attention, but I thought, like, yeah, just friendly banter.
All those in the comment section go and roast Ed for not realizing the chemistry.
Says the one who is into chemistry himself.
Anyway, is there anything you would add about the manly man known as Hiroshima?
Not really, because you already said everything.
Right. And I know I probably skipped over a few things, but I know if I keep trying to drag these discussions out, Ed's going to get on my case.
Yes, I will get on your case after this video is ended.
Yes. Okay, who's next?
Next, we have Kaminari,
Okay.
perv number 2.
Huh?
Perv number 2.
True. Like I said back in the part with Hagakure, I originally thought that Kaminari was going to be the traitor. I really did. Because I thought that he was just playing the fool with that whole, like, duh face and everything. Because he didn't want to show his real strength. Turns out to be that I was wrong. And I'm sad about that.
You're sad about it?
Because I was hoping that he was going to turn out to be, like, something cool. He was going to start doing, like, amazing lightning tricks and all stuff. Like, he wasn't actually only able to put out his lightning impulses. I thought he was just lying about his ability.
And charge batteries. Don't
That
forget
too,
that.
of course. Um, he's also a guy that I could chill with Kaminari because he seems like a down to earth. I can't get behind his pervy nature. I can't, but I can get behind just like wanting to hang out with the boys. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't get how he's such good friends with Netta, but also I want to know in what God on earth how the girls were draped by both Mineta and Kaminari to put on those cheerleading outfits. But if someone
I will definitely say because Kaminari seemed more serious
and
and he
probably
was
because
more
gullible
convincing.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep, you knew I was gonna slide there.
What?
You knew I was gonna slide a dinner.
What?
I was gonna diss Momo if I had the chance. Jesus H Christ.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm just saying that so you get kind of tired of doing that.
I will never get tired of doing it. I will do it even more if you annoy me about it. Trust me, I have material.
We don't need all that material. Just
Hmm.
chill.
Anyway, I don't.
Moving on.
Yeah, there's nothing really else to say about Dank. Yes, he has more screen time than most, but it's more of him just being an average guy, trying to like have work, like in the movies, or just chilling with the boys, or just doing stupid shit. He's like the average teenager out of most of the kids in Class 1A.
Yeah, which has also done the most stupidest things out of all of them.
True. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to Tail Guy.
Okay, again, going back to the roof with all. Where does Tail Guy fall under powerful quirk and ability? Please,
I
please.
would, I kind of want to say something along the lines of, yeah, his tail may be heavy, but at the same time, it kind of packs a punch. But instead of a punch, it's just a kind of whack.
Right. But again, his tails, even though, yes, this guy knows martial arts, but that big tail, that's a grab spot. It's more of a hindrance for martial artists than actual helping. Unless Ojiro is going to start saying, I've made my own fighting style based around my tail, then no, it's just another grab point for his opponents.
True.
Speaking of this, if Ojiro is such a good martial artist, why the fuck is he always like out of the fights? Like he's either not fighting or he's
Oh,
just
hold on,
not.
hold on. I'll have to diss you here for a moment
Okay,
because, yeah, he was in a fight.
which
In
one?
one fight in particular,
Which
at the
one?
USJ, he was
Where?
shown that he was. It was shown that he was fighting a villain in
And
the USJ.
with his tail, and then we cut away from him.
Yeah, it was a
Okay,
fight though. It was a fight, and you said a fight.
okay, we got to see him fight for 5 seconds. Good on you, Ojiro. You really showed that fodder villain who's boss.
The boss of the fodder.
Right. Um. Yeah. I got nothing else on this guy. Again, if
Yeah.
they're not important or at least have some significant value, in my opinion, I just look them over.
Okay. Now we go to my other waifu, Ochako.
This is because Ochako is the top girl of the entire Class 1A, and Ed is ass man.
Yeah, she has nice ass.
And she
The
is
thing
keeping
is,
it protected for you, Ed, because she wears her chastity belt 24.
oh, of course, she knows I'm coming for her.
And for all of you who are questioning why I keep on bagging on Ed's waifus, it's all in good fun. Ed knows I'm fucking with him, and I know he'll give it back to me when we get to Mina. Uh,
Okay.
Chaco, how do I feel about? She's the definition of shonen vanilla. I guess is the best way to put it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, she's really chill with everything.
right? She does have her moments. She does do her cutesy things. She stutters a lot when she talks about her love. And yes, she has had more confidence built into her. And there are
Thanks to that love.
yes, thanks to her love. And chill out.
I said thanks to that love that she has for Deku.
Right. When she stands on top of UA with the megaphone explaining to everybody about I forget exactly what she says, but
It's
I
like, and I sort of quote,
Mhm.
sorry, we can't protect you right now, but we have a lot of shit going on. So keep calm and go over there.
Don't quote Ed on that.
I said sort of quote.
um,
Because she did say something along the lines of, "Sorry, we can't help you guys at the moment. We can't guarantee your safety, but we don't have enough people."
right. Um, Ochako is also a representation. I feel like that Horikoshi put in to represent those who are poor could still have a chance to become something great. Because we always hear
Which
about,
I have a question. What
yes.
was Horikoshi's backstory? Was he
I don't
poor?
know. Oh, maybe we'll do a video based on Horikoshi. Who knows?
Because I have a feeling Horikoshi made characters based upon like what he's seen in his life.
And I
For
know he
example, he'd probably seen abusive parents, backstabbing siblings, or probably even
probably
having
sees
a
himself
childhood
as
bully.
he probably even sees himself as Deku. Like he never thought he would make the distance, but now look at where he stands now.
Yeah. So in a way, it's kind of poetic.
It really is. Like I said, if you really want to Ed and I do a video based on Horikoshi, let us know because we might do it. I'm actually kind of curious. That probably will take a little bit
Yeah,
more
don't
work.
quote him on that. I honestly don't want to be honest.
Anyway, though, back to Ochako. Ochako,
Yeah.
she just was like an average girl who was struggling with her family, which is something I actually can get behind. I used to actually give Ochako a lot of shit for her reason, but because of where my family stands now with our own business and money problems being tight, I can definitely understand where she comes from now. And yes, Ed, you can have your moral victory on that.
I do have it.
Because she just wants to be able to help her family, and that's something I like to do too. Ed's heard me probably almost every other day when I come home from work or dealing with my family. I do all the.
You just want to kill them all.
Okay. Then there's that. There's that.
No, but
He can't say
okay,
the line.
I exaggerated.
He can't say the line that I was hoping he was going to say to help build up the good moment I was building for his waifu. You know,
But yeah, that's what he always kind of complains about. But if we want to go what he was kind of going for, it's like, yeah, to be very frank, he is now living the life of a Chaco Raraka.
not exactly, but close. Because
Having a family business, kind of going like money, tight money.
yeah, but I don't have to skip meals
That's
like she did.
no, that's not the point. I'm just saying, like,
I'm
that
also
is
not desperate
Chaco's
for
life.
people to help me.
Yeah, true.
Like I said, I understand her meaning now when she says she does this for the money. If you were to ask me this a year ago, Ed and I were fresh working on My Hero stuff, I used to give Ochako so much shit because I just hated.
Um, I would have to say no, because I kind of was working on this with Alex 2 years prior to last year, so 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I meant when me and you were working together, not me.
Oh, oh, I thought like, yeah, we started doing things on My Hero Academia. Sorry.
Right. The point is, I used to give a lot of characters shit that now that I actually understand it, can see it from my own perspective. And Ochako has definitely got lot more of my respect now that I see where she's coming from. She is the representation of typically a lot of people in the world right now who are struggling to try to make it to the top when there's not much to grab onto.
And to be honest, there really isn't.
Right. And I think that's enough saying about her. That's one.
Ida.
Oh my god, where do I start with Ida? Ida is the person
Quickly.
where I want to pull the titanium 10-foot push out of his ass so he can fucking calm down. The fucking
Don't forget Spike.
yes, spiked. Like Poe, this dude was so fixated on rules and acting like a complete action figure that I just hated him, and I still hate him. And trust me, you're gonna see my hate for him in the next video I put out.
Yes, don't worry, guys. He's working on the One for All series. But I believe like sometimes, yeah, it's kind of on me.
Actually, if you think about it, it's thanks to you that I now have at least a battle strategy set up for the USJ now.
Oh yeah, because he was kind of going in. No. I'm just saying that you were kind of going in head first, and you were kind of like, wait, I don't have these characters. These characters are supposed to be there.
Right. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of custom characters from myself in that part, but again, we're not here to discuss what if. We might later in another video, but not now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Ida's just like I hate him because he contradicts himself. He is so heavy on the rules, but the moment the rules go against what he wants, he goes against it. Why?
Because that's what every person would do.
True.
Because in their eyes, yeah, the law is not for them.
True. And
Yeah, he was enraged because his dear brother was basically paralyzed.
right, it's just I don't really think Ida understands what he's done, and he just does things without thinking. And the moment it goes back to the way he wants to be, he'll go back to being this rule-stricken person.
I digress a little bit
Hmm.
because, in a way, he broke the rule and he paid for it. Yes.
I wish it would have been like 2 minutes later. Let Stain do his job, you know?
But hold on.
Hmm.
I was saying something.
Go ahead.
So, the next time that we see him in the, what's it called? Trying to save Bakugo
Mm-hmm.
or at Island,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be the heroes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you see that hesitation, not hesitation, that drive to stop them because we'll get in trouble. I don't want my friends to be in trouble again. I'm trying to protect you, motherfuckers.
Yes, and I get that, but it's still I'm going back into that mentality.
It's annoying. It's annoying coming from someone like Ida. I'm not gonna
Yes.
deny it. It's very annoying
Mm.
because that just makes him a giant hypocrite.
Right. That's what I was going for. But again, I digress about Ida. Who's next?
Next, oh boy,
Mm.
Suyu.
Okay. Um.
I don't seem to have a lot of problems with Suyu. I
I
mean, she's
don't.
kind of chill considering she has a large family and she's the caretaker while the parents are not there.
I'm gonna get Ed saying a lot of shit in a second, but Suyu and her attitude, especially with her bluntness, she reminds me of my own mother.
Yes, I also kind of like that about Suyu now because now I can tease Blaze over here.
I'm not gonna hear the end of it for a while. But yes, Suyu is a very blunt person with a lot of heart. She likes her friends, she loves her family, and she tries to do what's right for us. But that's really it. Like, we've had character moments with Sue. I can't remember most of them, to be honest.
Well, I would say one important one is during the time where they go to save Bakugo.
Oh, you mean like when they come back and she's upset because, they risked their lives?
Yes, they basically went against like her shtick-a-majig, but at the same time, who the fuck is she to tell others not to do something stupid? You know?
And it's fair, but again, I think that's more of Suyu's motherly nature coming out.
Yeah, or froggy nature.
Anyway, I don't have a lot of issues with Sue. And yes, if I was to meet Sue, I would think that, yeah, she is like my mother, and I wouldn't really want to hang out with her at all.
And so, out of everyone in Class 1A,
Mm-hmm.
well, out of the girls,
Mm-hmm.
Zoe will be the loner. The one
Yes.
left at the mall, like waiting for friends to come pick her up. Like they said, wait here. I'm still waiting.
Okay. I don't think she's
Oh
that bad. I think.
no, I'm saying like out of all the girls,
Mm.
yeah, I'll definitely see her in that situation. Sorry, but I kind of do.
So in my opinion. But I digress. We're not really saying anything that people don't know. So who's next?
Your waifu, Mina.
I'm gonna sit back for a little bit and get it out of his system.
I mean, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with Mina. There is
Mm.
nothing wrong.
Yeah,
But
keep going. Ed?
yes, I'm still here. I'm just giving you the look, even though it's through the internet and no video.
The thing is, Nina is, in my opinion, perfect in her own way. She has a nice ass, a nice tits, a smile that will basically brighten up your day, and an attitude literally you have a hard time staying mad at.
Yeah. And other than that, it's kind of hard to hate her. It really
Yeah,
is.
it is. Like, me, like, I out of all the girls in Class 1A, if I had to take a bullet or had to die for, I would jump in front of Mina. I wouldn't hesitate because the world needs more people like her.
But the question is, what
Hmm.
the fuck is her motive to become a fucking hero?
That is actually a good question that I don't have any for. I think
And there, it's like she's basically doing it for basically, yeah, to get a job as a hero.
well,
A
hold on.
job.
We don't know that though. We
No,
don't know.
but what I'm saying is, season one, there's not like, oh yeah, I kind of want to become a hero because this, and that.
Yes, but not everybody
She
gave her
has,
a reason.
but hold on,
No, hold on,
hold
hold on.
on.
I'm going to counterpoint you here.
We'll go back to them eventually. But again, most of them were fodder. Am I right, Liz?
Yes.
Am I right? Most of them were fodder.
Majority, yes. And technically, really look at it, Jiro at one point was fodder. So could Momo. He
Yeah,
was never in
and they
front of the
and
fodder.
they never explained why they wanted to become a hero,
No, they did not.
but they did actually have an explanation. She wanted to become a hero because she didn't want to become a musician, even though she liked to be a musician. She didn't want to follow the path of her parents.
And Momo was forced to be a hero because a part of her lineage. That's not a justification reason. That's an idealism down her throat. She has no idea.
But yeah, she was probably well,
Hmm?
in her eyes, she's trying to put honor behind that.
Oh, honor. My parents told
Even though her
me.
honor is fake, because I want to keep the whole thing of the legacy of my ancestors, yada 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 shit.
Mm,
Yeah, we didn't have her have that speech, that little speech.
mm.
But yeah,
But
in
the
a
thing,
way, her
even
parents
if
kind of were at fault.
even
Oh,
if it,
just so we had
hold
her
on,
motive,
which is money. But again, I've already explained why I'm okay with that now.
yes,
But again, Mina has shown even back when she was in middle school that she was meant to be a hero because she's
yes. If you
fighting.
would let me finish, I would have brought that up.
Okay, sorry. I'm defending my girl just like you were defending yours.
Yes, but I wasn't finished talking with her. There still is a full conversation about this. Well, about these two next people. But Mina, we just started with her.
Okay, I'll sit back. I'll behave. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So as I was trying to say,
Mhm.
yes, although we don't have a motive for her on why she wants to become a hero, it was proven that she has the stuff to be a hero.
Amen.
Just like Deku did. So in my opinion, if All Might would have seen that, he would have given one for all to Mina.
And I
In
would
my
even
opinion.
okay, stick on that real quick. If he did, I would be pissed. And no, it's not because I don't want Mina to be the frontliner. It's because he would be sentencing her to an early death, which we will talk about why in part 3 of Class 1 discussion.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes, I'm sorry.
But giving one for all to a person, like we
Mm-hmm.
all know, Deku received it because he too can become a hero.
Mm,
Yeah, that was just like, and I quote, if your body moved like there was every story of a great hero, and every single one of them had one thing in common: their bodies moved before they had the chance to think. So, in my opinion, if All Might would have given her one for all, yeah, that would have been actually a way of, yeah, her being more, you know, more of
heroic.
a thing, more heroic and more confidence. Because even though she didn't have much confidence, she kind of hid it behind breakdance and, that big smile. It's kind of hard to be mad at.
But again, she showed her heroism going back into that story when she stood in front of Gigantomachia, which actually it's because of this scene that Kirishima was inspired to become the manly man he is today.
Yeah. And
So,
another thing,
mm-hmm.
I have to say, okay, you faced Gigantomachia when you were in middle school. Now that you're a hero, why do you freeze?
Okay, but again, why does Mo
I'm like,
freeze?
why? Like, hold on. Why does she freeze? If she's like so confident to inspire others, why does she freeze?
Okay, first of all, going back to the whole first encounter with Gigantomachia with her, after he left, she was on her knees with the other girls saying how scared she was.
Yeah, and we all know heroes are scared because Red Crimson Riot said it himself.
True
It's
that
like, I
shit.
am scared. And the difference between like an actual hero and a regular person, a hero is braver 5 more minutes.
Mm.
Like, that's the whole thing. Like, yeah, she was scared. I can understand. Middle school, no problem. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about me, the same Mina
Mm-hmm.
that was fighting Gigantomachia.
Okay, but that's probably a trauma because you gotta remember she even flashed back to that day, recognized that Gigantomachia was that figure that could have killed her back then. And now seeing him in this gigantic state, throwing around buildings and trees and pro heroes like they're fucking pieces of paper, I would freeze too.
So you're not saying this just to protect your waifu?
No, to be honest, as much as the fearless I would like to make my characters, especially my own persona, he has trouble. You heard me talk about the sick trouble that he puts himself into. And there are things that will come back that would make him freeze. For example, people, what I'm talking about is Ed and I have always talked about the idea of doing a My Hero. Our own characters are involved, and my character's biggest problem is his mother, dealing with the fact of what she's done to him and trying to get redemption into it. So yes, if I was to do the same thing here with Mina and Gigantomachia, if my character were to come across his mother in the same situation, he would freeze up too.
But I didn't say like it wasn't good for the story wise because come on.
No, it was really good.
Because in this case, you had Mina at the beginning during middle school being the one braver for 5 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But in that point, you have Kirishima flipping the script. He
Yeah.
was brave for 5 more minutes and basically fucking dealt with Gigantomachia, putting him to sleep.
That's another thing. I kind of want to go back and look over those panels because I could have sworn at one point I thought Gigantomachia swallowed her.
No. It
But
kind
again,
of looked. There was just a view of her on the other side of the teeth, as if the camera was behind Gigantomachia's teeth.
yeah. But yeah.
To symbolize, like, yeah, she was fucked. Like,
Right.
she's fucked.
Right.
But you just have what's it called, Kirishima saving the day, and yeah,
Hercules.
what?
The real Hercules of this story.
Yes. And if you guys are wondering, we already kind of discussed this in the previous video, but I must say, yes, him and Hercules have something in common.
Right. Like I said, going back to the part with Kirishima, I'd have loved if if Gigantomachia was a skyscraper back, like he was the same size when we first met him. Like him and Kirishima would have fist fighted it out. I would have loved that. Listen, if there's someone who wants to write a comic and send that to me, I will make a video. I'll learn how to edit personally so I can put that on screen to show people. Because I would love to see that. Anyway.
No comment on my end because, yeah.
But I think we've said enough about Mina, unless there's something else you want to say.
No, not really.
And time for us to get to the last person, our favorite trader / creepy cheese runner, Aoyama.
Oh boy. This is going to go down. This is going to go down.
Thing is, Aoyama was so insignificant to me, I don't even have enough energy in my mind to hate him. That's the thing.
Oh.
Because him being revealed to be the traitor was actually one of the most disappointing things because it was so goddamn obvious.
Dude, you're just saying this after it was revealed.
No!
Because, like you said it was Kaminari.
I still believe it's Kaminari. Because there's a chance he could do something. But the thing, though, if you really were to sit back down and read out My Hero from the beginning, every line that Aoyama said, he was just always sus.
And plus, he was always looking at the camera.
Right. And it's like, when he confronts Deku about, like, I know your secret, I'm like, okay, you literally just gave yourself away as the traitor, because unless you are literally following him and all, which even makes you more sus if you are, then it's like he just was straight out telling people. The fact that he had to always wear his belt, symbolizing that his quirk wasn't synchronized with him. It's just like, this. I was really disappointed. And to be honest, I'd rather have been Hagakure giving, the win. Because again, it would be the cool play on the invisible person trope. Like the story of the invisible man.
Or
Mm-hmm.
just like in the Odyssey, you just have the what's for those who don't know what the Odyssey is, go look it up.
Yeah.
In the
It
Odyssey, there's actually a thing where I don't. It's been a long time since I've read the
just
Odyssey.
summarize it, cliff noted, bro.
Okay, yeah, there was a Cyclops,
Mm-hmm.
and someone basically poked his eye out,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy was said that his name was Nobody. It's like, who did this to you? Nobody did. Nobody did. And they got him for a freaking nutcase.
It's
You
like,
know?
right. So it just was painful. And yes, Ed had a point. I was banking on Kono. I will not say that, yeah, I knew Aoyama was the traitor. It took me after he was revealed to be the traitor and looking back notes and story to be like, okay, yeah, it's kind of obvious. If we really were to pay attention to this guy more, which no one wants to.
Which was Horikoshi's way of saying you should have paid attention.
You lagged there for a second, Ed. I hope that's not going to show up in the audio.
I don't know, but I will say it again.
Yeah.
In this case, that's Horikoshi's way of saying, yeah, you should have paid attention.
Yeah. And I think that's a good way to end it off. His opinions on these characters. I know you're probably were expecting a more in-depth analysis on them, but that's not what this was about. I hope you enjoyed. Ed, is there anything you want to say before we end the video?
Go check out the Archer channel. I mean, go check out my Archer videos.
Right, and if you're here also on my channel, check out one of my videos. I try to keep my playlist up to date for all of you people, so just so you don't have to go digging and scrolling. So, with all that said, we're out. Peace.